Hi, I'm Byung. Let's talk about whether AI will make human investors obsolete. What you can do now is you just create an AI agent and then you give it the data and say, hey, see whether you see any patterns there. You set up AI agent 2, whatever AI agent 1 gives you, test whether you think it was properly done. And then you create AI agent 3, which you could say you're the devil's advocate, okay? Look for holes in these strategies, right? And you have them interact with each other. You go to Dempsey, have lunch, and by the time you're back, there's some results there, right? And then you as a human can decide, okay, should we deploy some capital on this, yes or no, right? You can basically manage $1 billion fund with just one person and a computer. I mean, there's valid concerns regarding our reliance on AI, but it's coming, right? We used to think of like machines as being a research assistant, and now machines have become a bit promoted to the level of research associates or postdocs, that sort of thing. Way back, the way we used to approach this is, let's say there's a company, they want a certain amount of capital, I then have to figure out how much am I going to get back. So you start talking to potential customers, industry experts, and then you make your projections, and then based on that you compute what the return would be. And that's actually something we still teach in our intro finance classes. And to do that, you basically just need paper, pencil, and a calculator. So I would say it's 95% human, 5% machine, just because of that calculator. And I guess that's how we've been doing finance for a very long time. And then came computers. And with computers, we had all of a sudden a lot more data available. And so what we started doing is we started looking for patterns and what we could call rules-based trading. So what you can do with computers, you could test this, right? You could say, if I had traded on this over the past 10 years, would I have made money? We call that backtesting. And if the answer is yes, you can set up a computer program that basically does this automatically for you. AI in a way is just the next step, right? And I think what's different about AI this time is that it was basically always the humans telling a programmer to test an idea out. Now it's the AI agent creating these ideas. More and more funds are experimenting with this, and I think it's gonna become quite big. I mean, this is a bit of a speculation, but I think there's limits to this. Okay? The first one is, I mean, we're all using similar platforms like Gemini, Claude, GPT. We're all using similar prompts, right? So it wouldn't be surprising if we all end up getting similar strategy recommendations. You can imagine if all of us start trading on the same thing, it's going to be less profitable to us as investors, right? Because the best strategies are the ones that work, but you're the only one who knows about it, right? The second thing is that I guess we call this like predicting human behavior as endogenous. Just to give you an example, if I use GPT to predict, do I think there's a flu wave coming? And let's say it says yes. So hospitals are getting ready. Okay. So that's going to change our behavior. We're going to start masking up. We're going to become more careful. And so what will happen as a result? There's no flu wave. It's not that GPT is useless, right? It's just that it's human behavior is endogenous, right? So you can imagine where GPT first tells you, it gives you a trading strategy, right? But then if all people follow that, that's actually going to impact the profitability of that trading strategy. So it's actually very dangerous to over-rely on GPT, right? And then again, I guess going back to the beginning, I think because finance is such an accountability-driven domain, I think there's always going to be humans involved, right? So for instance, let's say a teachers union, like they give you their money to save, to fund pensions, right? I outsourced everything to AI and I start losing money. Okay? And the teachers union comes to me, it's like, what happened? My honest answer would then have to be, I have no idea. I don't even know what this thing is trading on, right? You can imagine the investors' reaction is not going to be positive, and there's going to be all sorts of legal, political complications. So for these reasons, I think there's also limits to what degree I think we can rely on AI. It's just happening so fast. And because of what I mentioned earlier, we don't really have time to digest, is this good or bad? We just need to get on it, right? So we're all just basically on this high-speed train, just like going full force and just hoping that there's no derailment, which I think is also, I mean, I think we should be okay. Right? But I can also see, of course, the concern that we're moving too fast, too aggressively. Right? For that, I think it is helpful to look a little bit at history. It's called Luddite fallacy, this notion that there's a certain amount of work. The more machines do, there's less work is there for humans, right? Outside of the finance, there were so many concerns about e-commerce that all the department stores, they're all gonna get wiped out and lots of jobs being lost. But what ended up happening is that with a lot of this online shopping, we needed whole logistics systems, we needed warehouses, delivery, right? So a lot of jobs were created in that domain, right? It's not unreasonable to think that something very similar will also happen with AI, right? I'm not sure people can say with certainty is what those other domains are going to be. I think we need to wait a couple more years to see what comes out.